Let us begin. Hi, my name is Ritaban and I'm building up a membership site from scratch in 30 days. This is the Bizathon 2 challenge. We are in day number 18 of 30 of the Bizathon 2 challenge, and in today's session I'm going to be covering some Sendlane hacks and how you can get better results out of Sendlane integrated with platforms that don't integrate it out of the box. And we're going to cover all of this in today's session, in today's 15-minute sprint. But before I get to today's 15-minute sprint, I actually need to share some cool, interesting things about Sendlane with you. Now, Sendlane has this thing called workflows. All right. So what I'm going to do here is really quickly, I am going to close out these tabs and I'm going to open up my little doodly pad, right? You see this pen? I'm going to use this to set up my doodle pad section. All right, so here we go. All right, so if you can see my screen, just let me know. If not, I'm going to show you my screen right here. All right, so I'm going to discuss first off Sendlane workflows. Now, Sendlane workflows are a very powerful piece of technology that you can use that's built inside your Sendlane account, and you can use that to achieve all sorts of different results. So the way we will be using workflow, and there are of course different ways you can use it. When I'll be creating the Sendlane workflow in today's live session, I will be showing you exactly what sort of interesting combinations you can do. But a workflow is basically based off of tasks, and you can set up that if some event happens, then what does the Sendlane autoresponder need to do? And you can actually set up different events to happen at different circumstances. And then you can create this entire workflow where one thing leads to another. And now autoresponders are very different from workflows, because autoresponders are just plain emails that get sent out at regular intervals. Here you can define your whatever you want to happen based on specific events. All right. Now, the way, just to give you an example, the way we will be using Sendlane workflows is that we already worked on autoresponders for our leads, right? So we have a Sendlane list called doer leads. Now this is again a Sendlane list, and we also have a Sendlane list which we created earlier. It's called doers. Now this is again a Sendlane list, but this one specifically is meant for actual members or people who have actually bought or at least taken the trial of our membership site. So this is just for people who entered their email address. This is just for leads. So we have an opt-in page. When they enter their email address, they are entered into the doer leads autoresponder sequence. But if we want to shift people from the doer leads to doers, because let's say somebody gets subscribed to the doer leads, and we have set up a 9-day autoresponder sequence for them, 9 or 10 days, right? So they start getting the emails. On day 3, they decide to join the doer club. All right. If we don't have that workflow in place, what's going to happen is, even on day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8, they're going to get those promotional emails that we had already scheduled for the doer leads. And we don't want that to happen because they've already become a member, right? So we don't want them to get the same emails as the leads do. So we have to set up a sort of workflow which shifts the person from doer leads to the doers. And there are many different ways in which you can use workflows to get better results out of your email marketing campaigns. And of course, we don't have time to go over all those circumstances, but what I'm going to do is, while creating the workflow, I'm going to show you what exactly you can do so that you can get some sort of ideas on how you can automate several processes. Now, this is all part of that buzzword called marketing automation. Workflows is basically how you set up marketing automation suite, and Sendlane was one of the first autoresponder companies to have these sort of automation practices in play. So that's what we're going to be building up today. Now, in order to effectively do that, there is another bit of problem. All right. And our problem is that we are using a software called MemberMouse, and there is no direct integration between MemberMouse and Sendlane. They have integrations with like out of the box integrations with Aweber, GetResponse, Infusionsoft, I believe. So all of these, some of these marketing platforms, but they don't have direct integration with Sendlane. So we are going to hack our way through MemberMouse, and I'm going to show you a cool little script that you can use in order to integrate your MemberMouse with your Sendlane, so that whenever a new member is added into MemberMouse, we are going to add them into our Sendlane account as well. All right. So really cool things that I have to show you today. Let me just quickly save this screen with you. I am going to take this little bit up. Yeah, this seems better. All right, 228. 29. All right. So I'm going to quickly go back to this mode here. So again, as you can see, the autoresponders that we set up yesterday, doer lead 987. These are all autoresponders that we set up yesterday. I was in Zen mode while I was writing all of these. And so we don't want, so let's say if somebody joins our doer lead. So a person becomes a doer lead once they go to this page. Let me just quickly show you. All right, they go to this page, they enter their email address. All right, they have not become a member, they have just entered their email address. So in that case, what happens is they are entered into this particular lead campaign. So if you go to lists, you'll be able to see they are entered into the doer leads campaign, but we want them to shift to the doers campaign once they become a member. Now, how do you do that? We go to workflows. All right, you see the workflows. This is this is where you need to go. I'm to create a new workflow. And I'm going to call this. All right, so when should this workflow start? So this workflow, so the workflow system always starts with, or when should they start, right? So you've got all these options. If a person submits a form, if a person visits a particular page on your website, and the way you have this is Sendlane gives you a code and you have to basically install it on your page. And then once a person visits that page, they are like the workflow then starts. But in our case, it's going to be subscribes to a list. All right. There are plenty of other things, like you can tag them, you can set up another workflow as well. So once a person subscribes to a list, and our list is the doers. So this is the members list, right? So this is just for leads, doer leads, and doers is for particularly just for the people who take up on the free trial or people who are actually our doer members, our membership site members. So I'm going to click OK. All right. So first off, I have to also start off the countdown timer. Hold on. Countdown timer. To just go to 15. All right. Countdown timer has started. All right. So this workflow starts when a contact subscribes to doers. Now, once a contact subscribes, we're going to have only one step. And in order to do that, we click on the plus icon right here. And now, remember I was telling you all these actions that you could have. You could have all these actions like, all right, so once a person subscribes to, you could send them a particular email. You could subscribe them to some other list. You could unsubscribe them to from some other list. You could wait a few minutes. You could even notify someone. You could start a new workflow as well. You could end this workflow. You could set up if else conditions. All right. If something else happens, then if something happens, then something else. All right. You could have all these, you could add tags and all of this. But the only thing that we are going to be doing is we're going to use the unsubscribe function. So we're going to start this workflow when a contact subscribes to list doers, and we're going to unsubscribe them from doer leads. All right. So if a person is part of doer leads and they become a member, so we're going to unsubscribe them from doer leads so that they only get the doers autoresponders, which are particularly for members and not for leads. So after you've done that, click on save. All right. And here's the important part. You have to click again plus, and you have to end this workflow. All right. Okay. Done. All right. So this is one thing that we have done. So a person subscribes to doers, which is basically when a person becomes a member. We unsubscribe them from doer leads and we end this workflow. Simple. Click, click, done. Now, here's something else that we need to do. So when a person is subscribed to the doer leads campaign and they have gone through all of our autoresponders, which is like the entire autoresponder sequence that we have. So let me just go back to workflows and show you all of the autoresponders again. So once a person has seen the doer lead 9 campaign, all right, we want them to shift to a bucket list, all right, so that whenever I send out email newsletters, which is the campaigns basically, whenever I send out a campaign, we don't want the people who are actually going through the autoresponder sequence to get those campaigns. We want only those people who have finished the entire autoresponder sequence to get our campaigns. All right. So in order to do that, I'm going to go to workflows again. I'm going to create a new workflow. All right. When a person, all right, subscribes to a list, and this is going to be doer leads in this time, to go here, click OK, to click plus again. Let's try if else. Date added, sign up source, subscriber. Nope. To close this, I'm going to click plus. I believe we just have to wait a few days. That's all we have to do. Start a workflow, notify someone, send email, end this workflow if else, add tag, remove a vector. Yeah, we're going to wait a few days. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait day. We're going to wait for 10 days because that's how much time it takes for them to go through the entire autoresponder sequence. All right. So we're going to click on plus, and then we're going to click on plus, and then we are going to we're going to subscribe them to the bucket list that we have. So I've got a Marquez bucket list. So this is like people who will be all added to the bucket. Or we're going to subscribe them to Marquez bucket. So always create like a pseudo list. So that is only for people who you want to send out your like campaigns out to, and we are going to unsubscribe them from doer leads. All right. So basically what happens is a person joins the doer leads. We wait for 10 days for our autoresponders to finish. We subscribe them to the bucket, and that is where we send out all our campaigns to. And then we unsubscribe them from doer leads. All right. Done. So then we end this workflow. Always end the workflow. All right. Let me just make sure I've saved everything. Save. Done. So just to make sure that all our workflows are set up properly, I go back to workflows. I click on this one right here, which we set up earlier. So this looks pretty good to me. We go back here. We go back here. This looks pretty good to me. All right. Now you see what has happened here. Select list to unsubscribe from doer leads. Let me go back here and let me. All right, perfect. Now it is set up properly. So we wait for 10 days. So we subscribe them to Marquez bucket, unsubscribe them from doer leads, and then we end this workflow. All right, perfect. Now we are primed for setting this up properly. Now the next thing that we have to do is I'm going to go inside my SiteGround account. I'm going to upload a custom script. And this script is going to be basically something that integrates our MemberMouse with our Sendlane account. Now, as you can see, now inside MemberMouse, this is the doer club that we have. Open the admin area. Inside MemberMouse, they have this thing called push notifications. All right. So they have this the push notification is basically not like the push notifications that you're used to on your mobile phones, but it's something different. It's something that happens internally. So we create create push notification. The status is active, and you can create a push notification based on what event happens. So if a member is added, if a member account was updated, if the member was deleted, bundle was added, product was purchased. So all of these things. All right. Rebill was issued, refund was issued. So all of these things. So in our case, what we want is when a member is added to any membership level, we don't send them an email. We call a custom script. All right. And in this custom script, what we have done is basically I have I've set up programmatically how to integrate it with your Sendlane, and I'll be making this custom script available to everybody who is like part of the doer club as well inside the tools section. So let me just go to cPanel and upload this custom script right now. So I go back here. Next up, what I'm going to do is going to File Manager. All right. Now inside here, I'm going to create a new folder. Is going to be SLMM, Sendlane MemberMouse. Actually, let me just type custom. Create new folder, custom. All right, here I'm going to upload the file. All right, cancel, upload. It's going to be Sendlane MM. So this is the script, and I'll make this available for all Doer Club members as well. So this is done. And in this script, what has happened is basically I've taken my API keys. So in order to customize the script, you have to just go to your account settings, grab the API key from Sendlane, and that enter that API key along with the list ID that you have here. In this case, the list ID, focus on the bottom of the screen where you can see list ID equal to 24. Or if I click here, you'll be able to see list ID equal to 24, right? So this is your list ID. You grab this and you enter that like inside a text editor, save that file, and you have this file that we're going to use. All right. So the URL is flying-start-online.com/custom/sendlane mm.php. I believe this was it. Yep. This was it. So I am going to, let me just verify this. Yeah, this seems fine. I'm just going to grab the URL from here, copy this, and I'm going to paste this inside. Where do we have this? Hold on. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to paste this is the custom URL and save push notification. Done. So member added to any membership level call script. And now, as you can see, let me just quickly show you. You can test this notification as well. Now I have not done this. This is the first time doing this, so this might break. So I want to make sure that this thing also works. So I'm going to go inside lists. Now, as you can see, we had 0 subscribers. Now we have 1 subscriber. And let me just quickly open this up. This is a doers. So sample at your domain. So this is the first name that they sent out. And this is the email address that they sent out. So MemberMouse did send out. So it is working. Perfect. Awesome. I'll always love it when we have something new, some new script that is not tested and it starts working. All right. So this is the URL right here. And in your case, of course, what I'll be doing is I'll be making this script available to you guys. Whoever is part of the Doer Club, you can just upload that to your hosting and then just you call your own URL wherever you have uploaded that script and you save that inside your MemberMouse. So now what's happening is whenever a member is added, we'll be calling this script and they'll be added as a member. All right. So the next thing we have to do is, how much time do we have left? We have 4 minutes left, right? So I'm going to try and get some more things done. So we have created workflows. We have done this. Now, next up, I want to create a new workflows. So I'm going to go to Autoresponders and create an autoresponder for our members. All right. So call this doers 1. All right. So doer. This is the first email that they get. Here's what you need to do. No, here's how to get started. I'm going to send this to the doers this time. And this is an autoresponder. So this I'm going to send immediately whenever they're subscribed. Select the template that we have here. All right. All right, done. Click on next. Next. That's it. This is going to be sent to the doers. So we are done with the autoresponders part of it. So we have set up 9 autoresponders to be sent to our doer leads, and we have set up the first autoresponder to be sent to the doer club members. Now, because they are a member, so we don't want to send them a lot of emails. We might set up like 3-4 more emails, which are like initiation emails, which will guide them through how they can better consume the doer club content. So we'll be setting that up sometime in the future. That's not really essential in order to function in order to launch the doer club, basically, because we can just pretty much set that up later as well. Now, here's the thing. Now we have done this. How much time do we have left? Do we have time for, oh, we're out of time, but still pretty interesting, right? So now what's happening is, now let me just quickly give you a run through if you missed some aspect of it all. What we are using is, inside MemberMouse, we set up a push notification, all right, and it's called a custom script. So whenever a member is now added, which is whenever a person makes a purchase from ClickBank, and they are basically added as a member inside MemberMouse, and whenever that event happens, we call this custom script, which adds them to our Sendlane list. And whenever they are added to our Sendlane list, we have the workflow in place, as you can see. We have the workflow in place that whenever somebody is subscribed to the doers, they are automatically unsubscribed from the doers leads, and then we end this workflow. All right. So pretty like interesting how you can set this up with all click. And yeah, of course, like I didn't show you the actual script that we uploaded for this Sendlane script, basically, but that is because like it's got all my API key information. When I'll be making that available to you guys inside the doer club, I'll be just removing my API keys so that you can just grab your own API keys from Sendlane. Just go to your account settings and you can get your API keys from there, and that's it. So this is how you are able to set up workflows, and you can do a lot of different things as well. As you can see, if you click on plus, you'll be able to see how many different things that you can do. You can set up all sorts of if-else conditions, and you can add and remove tags, and you can also call other custom URLs if you want to whenever an action happens. All right. So make use of these workflows in order, because every business is different. So you probably have some ways in which you can use your workflows. So make sure you use them properly. Now, if you do have any questions, please do let me know in the live chat section right here. I will be taking on questions from you guys right now. And hey, Paul, welcome. I missed you here. Hi, Mom. Hey, Florence is also in the room. Florence, welcome. Let me just have a sip of my coffee. By the time, because there's a delay of about 30 seconds before when I speak and when you guys get to see that. So I'll probably be getting your, if you do send over any questions, I'll be getting them a bit later than always. Paul says, pretty awesome stuff, Ridwan. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. These are pretty interesting, like the way you can create these workflows and automations inside Sendlane. And not a lot of people use this, but of course every business is different, but there are many use cases for these. And rather than search for outside solutions, there are ways in which you can improve your autoresponder sequences, your messaging and tagging people, and then sending them specific sequences. Like you could probably have a sort of if-else condition that if a person like clicks on a link in a particular email, you tag them with a different ID, and then they get a different sort of, they are entered into a different autoresponder sequence. So you can create all these like complicated web of workflows as well. Now, in most cases, you won't be using that, because in Like even I use very limited workflow functionality, as you can see. I have created workflows in the past. You probably saw them listed. So I do use workflows regularly because each campaign demands using workflows, because it just is very handy to unsubscribe and subscribe people from specific lists when some event happens. But in any case, definitely use workflows. All right. Use this automation in place because it's built for you. So don't be afraid of breaking things. Be afraid of not learning that software, because if you don't play around, if you don't get your hands dirty, then you won't be able to understand how that works in the future. Now I am pretty well like familiar. I've been able to create all these amazing pages using funnelforme.com and all this all the landing pages that we built, the opt-in page, the thank you page, the lift, which is the VSL, the upsell page, the cart page, in so many. And actually even the login page that we have for the Door Club was built using the Funnel for Me program. And I'm able to do that now because I got my hands dirty, right? I'd never used a software before. So it's not really complicated. All these tools are here to make your life easy. All right. And they actually make your life easy. But the only way they make your life easy is if you like spend some time learning. And of course, there's going to be a slight learning curve, but that's what you have, right? All you have is time in your hands. So make use of that time and play around with your softwares, right? All right. In the early days in 2007 and 8, when I got started, I had to hand code each site. I remember, in fact, let me just quickly show you. Not a lot of people know about this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to web.archive.org. I'm going to show you this cool little thing. So web.archive.org is where you have to go if you want to like find out how specific websites look like in the past. So let me show you. Readymadejoomla.com was one of my first sales pages that I'd ever written. As you can see, it was built in 2008, and it's basically dead now. I don't sell that product, but for a couple of years I was selling that product. And let me show you how it used to look like. All right, so this looks really sad. Hold on, let me just open up some other page. All right, so you see this? You see this entire page? So this is what I had created. I had to hand code each aspect of this. This is a super simple landing page. Like nowadays, if you had to create this simple kind of a sales page, it would hardly take you like, if you have all the copy written, of course, it will hardly take you a couple of hours to build this entire page inside tools like Funnel for Me or something like that. It took me literally a week or 2 weeks to build this entire page up. And of course, I wrote the entire copy and all of this. So like, Wayback Machine is a pretty amazing tool to be nostalgic and find out what projects I used to work on in the past and what you used to like. So Paul also says, may I ask why don't you use a program like Infusionsoft? Infusionsoft is a program that I'll agree with you. It's got a huge learning curve, man. Oh, it's got a huge learning curve. Infusionsoft, in fact, I played around with it, and because I was doing it for a client, so I did not get my hands dirty. Now, of course, I'll be able to, of course, if I actually like learn, if I watch all their tutorial videos and if I see all the like stuff they've rolled out, if I attend their webinar classes, training webinars and all of that, I'll be able to learn it. But it's not really required for my business, so I don't use it. Right now, all the functions that I need are already available. So ClickBank does all my checkout processing for this project, especially Funnel for Me does all my landing page building. Sendlane does all my autoresponders. So when you have all these softwares and they all can be connected to each other, that's amazing, right? So ClickBank is connected to MemberMouse. MemberMouse is connected to Sendlane. So all of this is interconnected. And all of these things are connected to my WordPress site. So all the member accounts are created. Everything is created. So our entire site has been built up, right? So yeah, that's how you get things done. In fact, let me show you another one that I built, Easy Affiliate Pack. I have built so many websites in those days. And this is all just 2009 was when I first built it. Let me just quickly show you. It was my first membership site that I rolled out. Huge flop show. Oh, I'd stopped accepting members till then. But this was basically the logo. Just how like design in the past used to be so bad. You used to have all these e-covers in place and the e-covers used to look so ugly. Let me see if I can find the actual sales page in here. All right, here you go. All right. You see this entire sales page? This was the headline. Tired of writing articles, emails, reviews, and ads. Tired of seeing low conversions and even lesser commissions. We have created a system where we do the work and you earn the commissions. So it was my first membership site that I had created. Again, this entire page took me like 2 weeks to build up. As you can see, get a membership now for $19. Now this one was a huge. I didn't know anything about selling back then, but this one was a huge flop show. But anyways, enough of nostalgia. We have plenty of time to go through all of these things in the future as well. All right, so I want to thank you so much for being here. Like if you found value in this, even if I was able to give you one piece of advice that you will implement in your business, hit that like button below, and also make sure you're subscribed to Flying Start Online. The YouTube channel, and also this recording and the summary of all of this will be published on flyingstartonline.com. So make sure to visit that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be seeing you in day number 19.